I was kind of hoping these movies would start to pick up sooner than later, but I'm halfway through now and I see there's no quality at the end of this tunnel. There's no way the remaining 3 movies are going to be any good. At least Extinction is a little better than the previous 2 movies, but that's still setting the bar really low. The story picks up sometime after the end of the last movie. Umbrella fails to keep the zombie outbreak contained, and within months it infects the entire planet, leaving all of Earth a desolate wasteland. You know, Apocalypse sounds like a more appropriate subtitle for this movie than the previous one. Whatever. Jill Valentine is nowhere to be seen, but comic relief Mike Epps and action hero Carlos Oliveira return. Ain't that something? Carlos actually has a longer running relevance with the movies than he does with the games. They're running a convoy of survivors led by Claire Redfield, another video game character dropped in for no real reason at this point. Like, Apocalypse made sense when it tried to do it, it at least had loose ties to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. With Extinction, it's like, I don't know, pull a name from a hat. What do you got? Claire? Yeah, whatever, go for it. What about her brother, Chris Redfield? Nope, never mentioned. What a joke. As it was covered last time, our Mary Sue of a superhero, Alice, was experimented on by an Umbrella scientist. And after escaping from their clutches, she goes into hiding, but now she's having a hard time keeping her psychic powers under control. I don't remember this being a thing, but alright, I guess this is what we're doing now. Umbrella eventually manages to track her down. Alice bumps into her old crew. They all storm an Umbrella secret laboratory because why not? It's the weekend, let's look for something to do together. And all the while, everyone's trying to get to Alaska because it's about the last place anyone's tried. As far as plot significance goes, it doesn't really feel like anything happens in this movie. It more or less starts with everyone trying to get to Alaska, and at the end of the movie, they're still trying to get there. The bigger point here is just to be a sequel bait by leaving all these dumb breadcrumbs. Whoa, is that Albert Wesker doing absolutely nothing for the whole movie? Whoa, they've been cloning a bunch of Alices? And making them go through a booby-trapped laboratory? Why? What the hell's the point of this? I guess Umbrella has a lot of free time on their hands now that the world is over. The general acting and line delivery is a step above the previous 2 movies. Not really anything special, but at least it's not embarrassing this time. There are some cute moments where the characters get a little fleshed out this time, and that's nice. It gives the movie a little more room to breathe. But it doesn't really matter all that much because pretty much everyone dies in this movie, including Mike Epps, finally. Like I said in the previous review, Mike Epps is cool and all, but I don't understand why Resident Evil needs a dedicated comic relief character, and I don't feel like he's a good fit here. He also does that stupid zombie movie cliche where he gets bitten but he doesn't tell anyone, he just tries to hide it. Oh yeah, great, I wonder how this is gonna play out. At least in terms of utilizing the entire cast of characters, I can say that an attempt was made. Which is more than I can say for the first movie, and especially for the second one. Alice still takes center stage because I guess she's just so badass, but at least she's not surrounded by an entourage of 3 stooges. Everyone more or less participates during the action sequences this time, and yeah, they all die, but at least they go out fighting as opposed to Apocalypse where it seems the whole purpose was to show off how cool Alice was and not much else. So, how is the action this time? Well, it's better, but let me remind you, it's not saying much for this series. The movie opens up with Alice getting captured by bandits and forced to fight zombie dogs for their amusement. Right away, it's the same god-awful editing with rapid cutaways and aggressively zoomed in shots. Oh what, you actually want to see what's going on? No. Instead, we'll see the reaction on this ugly old lady every now and then. That's what makes a good action movie, right? What, you actually want to see the action? What are you, crazy? I was afraid the whole movie was going to be like this, but later on, there's a halfway decent segment that's at least pulled off somewhat well. So I guess it's a step in the right direction, but don't get too excited, there's still not a whole lot to see here. I do find it humorous how, in this one part, the main characters are swarmed by an army of crows, and people keep shooting at them like it's gonna make a difference. But the real big standout moment is this part, where the main villain mutates himself and kills this dude with some astonishingly bad special effects. No, this isn't a student project on YouTube, they put this in theaters. $45 million budget well spent. I wish I had more to say about this, but there's not really much to it. The zombies look pretty good this time, better than the previous two movies. The setting is kinda cool, but the endless desert does get boring after a while, and none of the characters are good enough to carry this movie. There isn't nearly enough action for it to be enjoyable for that either, and the plot doesn't go anywhere. This whole movie feels like a waste of time. But at least it's not entirely phoning it in like Apocalypse, and it knows to let loose more, unlike the first Resident Evil movie. I want to say that they should tone it down with the whole psychic powers angle, but screw it, go nuts, who even cares at this point? General verdict? Movie sucks. It just doesn't suck as much as I was expecting, but it's still pretty bad. Thanks for watching my review on Resident Evil Extinction.
Sorry about this, Stevie.